Welcome to Little Paula Horrors. I am Little Paul, and this is Little Paula Horrors, my channel. Yeah, my YouTube channel dedicated to horror movies and to the horror genre, and to people who like them, and to people who might not have thought about them but might be interested in watching horror movies because they're fun. So, for people who have been here before, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Welcome, and thank you for your time. First, I would like to give a shout out to the person who gave me the idea for this particular video, Samantha. Samantha, this one's for you, and thank you very much. Well, it's for everyone, but it's dedicated to you, Samantha. Thank you again for your idea. Now, this movie is a movie that is campy. It's campy. Campy. Can you see? It's Sleepaway Camp. 1983. I'm doing a little dance. See the little dance? Because I like this movie so much. Because it's campy, and it's from the early 80s. And it's a movie that, well, we'll get into it further down the line in this review. So first off, this movie came out on November 18th, 1983 by the first-time director of Robert Hiltzik. Robert Hiltzik, this was his only movie that he ever made. He didn't make any other movies after this. But it's a movie that, what can I say? If you love camp and you want to watch something that's going to kind of make you laugh but still give you the frights, this is one of those movies that will do exactly that. Now, this movie stars Felissa Rose as Angela, and then you have Jonathan Tiersten as Ricky, Karen Fields as Judy, Christopher Collette as Paul, and then you have Mikkel Klein as Mel. And these are individuals that are their, first time or first timers or, relatively new faces to the horror genre. But again, we're talking about 40 years ago. But still, they're making their debut in this movie. Now, this movie itself is interesting. First, it starts off and there's a scene and it opens up with a scene that takes place in 1975. So John Baker and his then boyfriend Lenny take John's children off to camping, and they're swimming inside the river, or inside the pond, or in the lake, or wherever they're whatever you want to call it. They're swimming there, and there's a horrible boat accident. Now, this horrible boat accident goes ahead and unfortunately kills John and kills the son as well, and leaves Angela with Lenny. So kind of traumatic, right? It causes trauma to a little child, to a lover or a partner. It causes a trauma. So what happens is 8 years later, we fast forward to 1983. Now Angela has grown up a little bit more. She's a teenager now, and she's introverted. She doesn't talk very much. She keeps to herself. She's more reserved. But in these types of movies, you'll always have those types of characters that are that instigate, that are not very nice, that are they'll tease you because you're quiet. Bullies, like what we would call today bullies, or not very nice people. But they're children and they're young adult. Well, they're teenagers. So they're still learning about themselves, but they're not very nice people. So Angela basically keeps to herself and doesn't talk much. But during the course of the film, she keeps on having flashbacks to her childhood after the death of her father. Now, you have to keep this in mind because this is extremely important to the story itself. Now, the story itself is well written. I find it's well written. But before we get and dive a little bit into the story itself, let's talk about the kill scenes. The kill scenes are really interesting. So they're inventive. So you have a kill scene with bees. You have a kill scene with a person in a toilet that gets stabbed in the back and slit down. Then you have a kill scene with an arrow to the back, a hatchet, not very inventive. But this kill scene that I'm going to talk to you about right now is very inventive. It uses a curling iron in your nether regions. Wink, wink. I hope you understand what I'm trying to get at here. So you don't see it. You kind of see the shadow of it on the wall, but it's an inventive kill scene and a very painful kill scene. This ain't no bikini wax. So, with that being said, the movie itself, yes, has some great kill scenes inside, as I just mentioned. And then we're going back to the story itself. So, the story itself, she has this trauma, and, it causes her to feel even more uncomfortable during the movie. And it's a movie that was also compared to Friday the 13th. Now, the reason why it was compared was, well, it takes place in a camp. But there's a difference. In Friday the 13th, we know it's Jason that's killing these people and hacking them to pieces. In Sleepaway Camp, you have no idea who the killer is. And when you find out who the killer is, it is a huge surprise. And I'm not going to spoil it for you. Everyone that I know, including myself, when it's revealed to us who the killer is, our mouths drop. It is a big surprise at the end. So hopefully this will entice you to go out, rent this movie on a streaming platform. I think you can stream it on IMDb or maybe YouTube. Well, you could find it out there. It's there. And if you know somebody who has a copy of it, ask them to watch it. If you still guys have DVDs, if you have PS5s or PS4s, you could just slip it inside and watch it. It is worth the ending, trust me. Now, this movie itself, what was so great also about it as well, and I know I keep on saying this movie itself. Well, it's a movie. There are words that I use constantly. So it's the movie. Now, the movie was made on a budget of $350,000. Now, that's back in 1983. So $350,000 to make a movie, even back at that time, was not that much money at all. But it was a major hit. It was a major hit. And it grossed $11 million from $350,000. In today's standard, that would be $1 million to produce it and $30 million as a walkaway, as a profit on the movie. So imagine. The movie did very well. It spawned 4 other sequels afterwards that, some of them came out in movies, some of them came out in DVDs as well. Angela is just synonymously known with this movie franchise. So itself was very well done. It's a very good movie. I think it's very campy and extremely worth the surprise at the end. So, what did you think of what I had to say? Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Leave a comment below. Please like, subscribe, and share the channel with your friends, family members. Let other people know about me. I'm here to give you as much information as I can about classic horror movies from the past, the present, and hopefully from in the future. So again, thank you for visiting my channel. And until the next time we meet, enjoy that show.